Hi, my name is Mellody Solana Clan, and I am a Master Composter and also the author of Inside the Compost Bin, and I'm sharing my composting story with Solana Center. So, how did I first get involved with composting? I first started getting involved when I read an article about a little girl who fit all of her waste in one mason jar, which blew my mind because I was like, how is that even possible? All of your waste for an entire year in a single mason jar. So I was thinking to myself, maybe I can't do a mason jar, but what if I try to do all of my waste in one trash bin? So I decided to make that my New Year's resolution about 5 years ago today. And the first thing I had to do was figure out how much figure out what I was throwing away. And in this case, I found that maybe about 80 to 90% of what I was throwing away was food waste. And so I was like, if I really want to fit all of my waste in one trash bin for the entire year and make that possible, I'm going to have to learn how to compost. So I looked up master composting classes and in 2019, because that was when I did my New Year's resolution, and learned how to be a master composter through Solana Center and fell in love with it. It went beyond my New Year's resolution, which I totally completed, by the way. And the rest is history. I mean, I absolutely love composting. What was the impact of Solana Center and Master Composter on my sustainability journey? I would say the impact is huge. Beyond writing this book, Inside the Compost Bin, it also impacted the decisions I made and what types of groceries I'm buying and how much of it I am buying. Because if I don't eat it on time, it'll spoil, then I have to put it into the compost bin. And I think about how that could have just gone into the trash for many other people who don't compost. So really made me want to talk about composting with other people and how important agriculture is and soil is and keeping our soil here instead of running off and into the ocean where we can't use it to grow food. Really, there's so much that Solana Center and Master Composter taught me, and that's probably a bulk of my sustainability journey. I always cared about the environment and the planet prior to this, but it really honed in my focus on what matters to me and how I'd like to continue contributing to the world and my own journey in sustainability. What led me to write Inside the Compost Bin? Ooh, this is this is a big one. Multiple things, but I think the main thing is a lot of the composting books that I've seen that talks about the process of composting tend to be written for adults or just like really detailed and kind of complex. And so I wanted to pare that down a bit and write it to kids. Like I was thinking about how I wish I knew about composting when I was a kid and how cool it is. And so I wrote to that 6 year old self, that 6 year old me, like how would I communicate this or write this to that young kid in me, and so that I would know if I were a kid how important this is. So that's what led me to write Into the Compost Bin. Why do you continue to volunteer for Solana Center? So I really like this photo. This is actually a picture of me and my chickens. Yup is the one in my arm, and then the one that I'm petting is Hey Hey. Those are my two chickens. They actually still live with me. Um, and this was for a backyard chicken composting workshop. So I actually brought chickens there so people can see them and enjoy them while they're learning how to take care of backyard chickens. So I continue to volunteer for Solana Center because if you can't tell, I'm very passionate about it. I am no longer in San Diego. I moved to Hawaii a couple years ago now, and I still make a point to volunteer when I can virtually. So I'll do virtual webinars. And that's just because I feel like Solana Center has given me so much and has impacted my life so much. I feel like Solana Center's work and what they do is really important. And the more that I teach, the more that I learn. And the best way to learn is to teach. And I find that I get the joy out of that with volunteering. Anything else you want to share about your sustainability slash composting journey? Yes. Don't be afraid to dive into something new. You never know if it becomes a new passion, like it did for me with composting. And also do a lot of reading. There's just so much great information there and so many good books and resources about sustainability. And I'm going to go ahead and recommend a couple of them. So, All We Can Save, I love this book so much. Um, and it's great reading on your own and also within a club. Braiding Sweetgrass, really, really good book. Not the End of the World, How We Can Be the First Generation to Build a Sustainable Planet. I really like this one. I just finished this one. And the one that I'm reading right now is Cheaper, Better, Faster, How We'll Win the Climate War. These are all great books. And of course, if you can, read Inside the Compost Bin. Thank you.